Good morning, members of the committee. I call this meeting of the Senate Committee on Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry to order. This morning, we welcome Governor Sonny Perdue, the President's nominee for U.S. Secretary of Agriculture. Members of this committee have great appreciation for the farmers, ranchers, and consumers and other stakeholders that are directly affected by decisions made by the Secretary. The Department of Agriculture is made up of 29 agencies and offices. It employs nearly 100,000 men and women that work in all 50 states and all around the globe. The department provides leadership on food, agriculture, natural resources, rural development, nutrition, scientific research, and related issues that impact Americans virtually every day. Throughout our nation's history, our farmers, ranchers, and folks in rural America have survived drought, disease, floods, tornadoes, and lately, prairie fires in Kansas, and whatever else Mother Nature throws at them. Year after year, they produce the safest, most abundant, and affordable food and fiber supply in the world. However, today, growers from across the country are facing tough economic times with multiple years of low prices. These same producers need a strong market for their goods. During this critical time, the importance of trade for agriculture, our agriculture industry, cannot be overstated. And if that was not enough, over the previous years, farmers and ranchers and rural businesses have been burdened by regulations from agencies all across the federal government. I have heard time and time again, as well as many members of this committee, about the costly and hard-to-understand regulations that endanger the ability of our producers to simply stay in business. This committee will continue its efforts to make government a partner in their success, not an adversary. And this committee has a lot of work to do over the next 2 years, including the reauthorization of the Farm Bill. We intend to do that work in the bipartisan fashion that has served us so well in the past. In this respect, I want to personally thank the distinguished ranking member and former chairperson of this committee, the Senator from Michigan. Now more than ever, agriculture needs a voice, an advocate at the highest levels of government. And Governor Perdue has been nominated to serve in exactly that role. He is from Georgia and has spent his entire life in and around agriculture. The governor was raised on a farm and was a practicing veterinarian before returning to his home county to work in the grain business. He was elected to serve in local and state government, including 2 terms as governor of Georgia. While serving farmers throughout the Southeast, he gained firsthand experience with the complexity of transportation and the global commodities market. Governor, the Senate's role of advice and consent is an important responsibility, and today is a key step in that process. We look forward to hearing your testimony and to asking you questions about how you view the role of Agriculture Secretary should you be confirmed. In addition to the governor, I would also like to welcome and recognize his wife, Mary, his 4 children and their spouses, and his 14 grandchildren. The governor is also joined by so many of his friends and former staff from Georgia, we can't count them. We welcome you all to the committee. And I am especially glad to have our former Ag Committee Chairman and Senator from Georgia, the Honorable Saxby Chambliss, and Georgia Congressman David Scott, who serves on the House Agriculture Committee, the sometimes powerful House Agriculture Committee, with us to provide introductions of our nominee, and I see Congressman Sanford Bishop here in the audience to support the nominee as well. Sanford, it's good to see you again. But before we hear from Senator Chambliss and Congressman Scott, I want to turn things over to Senator Stabenow for any remarks that the distinguished ranking member would like to make.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.